Anytime someone calls, I go, I want to try the Boss. So oil on the bread.
I'm not gonna do no mayo today. They named this Italian hoagie the Boss. That's so beautiful. All right, here we go. Curly hair, Bria and Latella's in Havertown, PA. Real Philly Deli, Dietz and Watson. Thank you guys for joining me again. You know, their slogan here is from our kitchen to your table. So let's check out Bria and Latella's. Make sure you subscribe. Just so you guys know, this video is sponsored by Dietz and Watson. So shout out to the Dietz and Watson family. Let's get into the video next, all right?
My name is Greg Bria Jr. I am one of the owner's sons. We opened in September of 2017, and it was my dad and my uncle who started it, and I've been here since then, since the beginning of it, and then I started running it probably a year and a half ago. And we do it all. You know, we cater, do hoagies, we do hot food, cheesesteaks.
So what do you think separates the Boss from a regular Italian?
Here's the thing, it depends what you consider a regular Italian. Like when I was growing up, an Italian hoagie to me was sharp provolone. Well, gotta start off with olive oil, none of that mayo. That's not an Italian hoagie then.
A disclaimer, if you guys been watching, you already know. Today, I do not want to get yelled at, so I did not put any mayo on my Italian. He said if you put mayo on it, it's not an Italian. This is as real as it gets. Who does stuff like that?
Genoa salami, the hot capicola, the prosciutto, and then your choice of hot or sweet super sod. Have a good one. On our menu, there is there are two other Italian hoagies we have. We have a junior, which is like the more Americanized Italian, which is like named after me because I do not like prosciutto at all, so I will not lie to anyone. So like for that one, it's instead of sharp provolone, it's mild provolone, salami, capicola, and then imported ham, and then pepperoni. The Dietz and Watson stuff it's actually in almost everything. The only thing that that we don't have for Dietz and Watson is prosciutto. Everything else is like Dietz and Watson. The cheese, the salami, the cap, the ham, pepperoni, super sod. All of our meats come from Dietz and Watson. It's all about the meat. It's all about the meat. Dietz and Watson hits it out of the park with their meat. All their meat. I mean, I'm a turkey guy, so I think Dietz and Watson has the best oven roasted turkey ever. But other than that, it's the meat. And I'll say this, our driver's a cool dude too. So he's a down to earth guy, and he's 100% real with you on everything that you want. If he tells you yeah, this is the best of the best, he'll hook it up. For the people who need they run and go. That's what this is for. When it's cold out, obviously we're getting into spring. When it's cold out, we have a lot more soups, but we have soups. We have, can't go wrong with Aunt Linda's meatballs and gravy. She makes killer meatballs. We also have Aunt Linda's chicken cutlets. That's another thing that she makes that'll knock you off your feet. And we have pasta bowls. My dad is notoriously for making the eggplant parm and or the lasagna. So
this is beautiful bread action. I got the seeded rolls. You do have an option to choose seeded or non-seeded. This is about as beautiful as it gets. Good Italian hoagie, you can smell it from blocks away, man. I know my fans is jealous right now. I know y'all mad jealous. Look at the beautiful seeded roll. Look how beautiful that is. Beautiful piece of work. Boss, Bria and Latella's Havertown again. Did I mention that? spices from those cold cuts, mild. I love it. That's sharp provolone. I love how he put the oil and then he presses it right into the bread. Look at that, sturdy. The amount of love that goes into the sandwich. It got a little kick to it. So if you guys are sensitive to spiciness, some of these cold cuts got like a nice spice, nice spice to it. Nothing crazy. Sharp provolone, everything here is beautiful. It just works. This is about as real deal as an Italian hoagie as it gets, just between you and me. I like my mayo. We was on welfare. I ain't gonna admit that, I'm not too ashamed to say that. That was my past, right? I'm not ashamed of my past. So the reason why I grew up with mayo, because we always had mayo around. We had white bread, we had Cheerios, we had milk, and we had mayo. And some government cheese. It was always around. So that's the reason why I used to make mayonnaise sandwiches and stuff like that. Even like in where I grew up at, the Italian, not as fresh as this one. This is like the most freshest one. But they would try to make an Italian. They would put mayo, oil, vinegar, all that stuff. So that's where my taste buds. That's where it's rooted. It's rooted in love and being poor. Next is the Junior. Now this, I mean, their sandwich game is just on point to begin with. Here we go. You gonna yell at me if I put mayo on here?
What was that?
No mayo. This is a good joint too. The Junior is a good joint. You know what it is about the oil? And I can admit this. This sandwich is so pure. They allow the cold cuts to be the star, as well as the bread. But normally, I tend to drench mine in mayo. But now that I'm eating it like this, I tend to taste the actual cold cuts when I don't drown my food. What do you guys think? Is this this is not my stomping ground. I do not come out to Havertown at all, but I'm glad I did, because now I know where there's a real Philly deli at. Here in Havertown. Shout out to Dietz and Watson again. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let me know what y'all think. What other spots should I visit here in Havertown as well? I'll see you in the next episode, all right? Peace.